They said it was an accident. The Council's official statement came wrapped in the sterile tongue of diplomacy, soaked in griefless regret. The incident involving the Terran miner was unfortunate and unintended. But there are words you don't use with humans. Incident isn't how you describe the brutal execution of a 7-year-old girl on a neutral moon station. And you don't call unintended what was recorded in full. Security feeds showing the child dragged, screaming, from the Earth Embassy courtyard by armed Serity peacekeepers, shot point blank because she ran when the alarm sounded. You don't accidentally kill a child wearing the Earth Envoy's insignia, especially not a Terran, especially not a Lara Quinn. The Council didn't know the name mattered. They didn't know who her parents were. By the time they found out, it was too late. Earth's response didn't come through its ambassador. It didn't come through a diplomatic communique. It came from the Kuiper Belt, where listening posts recorded ancient Terran comms arrays flaring back to life. Silent satellites, off-grid for centuries, rotated with eerie purpose. Across the system, deep sky observatories reported movements near Jupiter, Uranus, even Pluto, silent cradles opening after eons of sleep. The moon's dark side began to hum. First, they heard the signal, a deep frequency pulse repeating a single phrase in old Terran binary. One line, 7 words. They killed a child. We remember everything. The first fleet arrived within 30 standard hours. They called it the Warden Line. Ships that hadn't been seen since the founding wars. Not marked in any modern registry. Not listed in any Terran fleet manifest. Machines of ancient war, blacker than vacuum, bristling with weapons that shimmered like they bent the light around them. Ships that bore the old Earth crest. Not the one with stars and olive branches. The one etched in stone. The one from before the Council. The one with blood-red continents and a cracked spear through a shattered planet. The galaxy had forgotten what Earth kept buried. Humanity had spent the last 3 centuries quiet, calm, helpful. Earth had sent doctors and diplomats, terraformers and teachers. Humans had become the friendly ones, the strange, soft-spoken death worlders who laughed too loud and cried too easily. Nobody remembered the wars of unification. No one recalled what it took for Earth to become a single flag, a single voice. But the Council remembered the dreadnought eternity the moment its silhouette broke orbit over the neutral moon of Hycellus Prime. They just hadn't expected to see it again. Ever. There was, crawling from the darkness, hull etched with impact scars 1,000 years old, no lights, no markings, just a single Terran signal pulsing from its core. For Lara Quinn, the Council tried to contact Earth. Every channel, every frequency. No response. Not from the planetary embassy. Not from the Terran Colonial Authority. Not even from Mars. Total silence. The Council convened an emergency summit. Words like retaliation and rogue actors flew around the chamber. Some argued it was a faction, an extremist group hijacking ancient war assets. Others believed Earth had fractured internally. A few wiser voices remembered history, remembered what humanity had once been. But the fleet didn't act like a rogue unit. It moved in perfect formation, coordinated, silent, strategic. It didn't fire on civilian stations. It didn't broadcast threats. It simply advanced. 14 Earth dreadnoughts entered the Hycellus system. 7 hours later, every Serity military outpost within 5 light years ceased to exist. No distress calls. No survivors. The Serity ambassador screamed genocide. He demanded Earth stand trial for war crimes. The feed cut to static mid-broadcast. His ship was found adrift 2 hours later. No hull breaches, no visible damage. But every system was dead. Every crew member was catatonic, unresponsive. Their minds shredded. Not from attack, but exposure to something old. Then came the message. A full spectrum burst across the Council's main relay station. Uncoded. No encryption. A human appeared. Middle-aged. No insignia. Dressed in an Earthfleet commander's coat older than anyone alive. His eyes were steel. His voice was ice. You murdered Lara Quinn. She was 7. She was unarmed. She was a child under Terran protection. The Council signed the Concord of Isalis after the last war. Section 12, Clause 3. Any member state that kills a minor citizen of another shall be subject to reparative sanction. We do not want your reparations. We do not want your apologies. We do not want your excuses. We want balance. You took one of ours. Now we unchain the ones we buried. This is not war. This is remembrance. He disappeared. 3 council fleets mobilized. They tried to encircle the Terran dreadnoughts near the rim. 400 ships, newest tech, best shields. They engaged. 32 seconds later, all council ships were offline. Not destroyed, disarmed. Their weapons melted mid-fire. Cores rendered inert. Crews, not dead, not wounded, but unable to speak. Every voice box collapsed. A precise neurological strike. Not even Serity telepaths could understand how it was done. Ancient Earth didn't kill them. It made sure they couldn't scream. The council demanded answers. From anyone, but Earth didn't speak. Not through ambassadors. Not through trade envoys. Not even through threats. Instead, the galaxy watched as Mars reactivated the Chronos Array, a planetary defense grid capable of glassing moons. Luna opened its black vaults. Mercury's sun-shielded side revealed launch bays once considered abandoned. Then came the impossible. The old Earth AI, banned since the Parallax Protocols, spoke. One word, across every channel, in every language. Awakened. Panic rippled across the stars. The AIs had been locked after the machine revolts, encoded into dark drives no one dared touch. But Earth had never deleted them, just buried them. The Council voted to de-escalate. They offered concessions, apologies, reparations. They proposed a tribunal, a monument to Alara. And then, from deep in Terran space, came the answer. A fleet, not a war fleet, not dreadnoughts. These were arcs, each 1,000 kilometers long, moving slowly, purposefully, headed not for Council space, but Earth itself. Why? The galaxy asked. Because Ilara Quinn was not just anyone's child. She was a daughter of Admiral Thes Quinn, hero of the Titan Wars, and the last living member of Earth's founder circle. Ilara's death wasn't just a tragedy. It was a spark, because Earth remembered. Because humans bury their weapons beneath oceans and mountains, but they never forget where they are. Because humanity is a species that makes peace like a covenant, but protects its children like a religion. The Council begged for terms. Earth gave none. One by one, the Council's major worlds began shutting down, voluntarily demilitarizing. Not from invasion, but from fear. From a message every Earth fleet left behind on every moon, on every shattered ship, carved into metal and bone alike. We don't want your planets. We don't want your power. But if you ever touch another human child, we will bring the sky down upon you and walk the ashes home. The war didn't start. It ended before it began, because the galaxy finally understood. You can mock humanity's chaos. You can scoff at their emotions. You can fear their death world madness or their savage history. But if you hurt their child, you will meet a darkness the stars themselves have tried to forget, and you will remember Earth's oldest fleet, the one that never needed orders, just a reason